Let's get into the sports talk.
Some free agents we haven't hit yet, starting with the Milwaukee Bucks, who had the best record in the league in the regular season. Let's take them all as one super player. Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Malcolm Brogdon. 1 for 3, 2 for 3, 3 for 3. What are we going with the Bucks?
Well, maybe 2 for 3. I don't know if there's a player in the league with more leverage.
I think Milwaukee need to re-sign Middleton, to keep the team together so they could continue going deep in the playoffs like they did this year. They need to re-sign him like before the season come up or something. Re-sign him this month so nobody else could get him because he a good player. He's a good player. He deserves a good contract because he proved it with Milwaukee, and I think Milwaukee need to have him re-sign him so he could be back in Milwaukee.
Than Chris Middleton. They can't replace him. He is an all-star level player who, if you were to let him walk, now you've got Giannis Antetokounmpo coming up a year later going, wait a minute, what happened to my championship roster here? Chris Middleton is in, because of his play, because of the circumstances in Milwaukee, he is in line to walk away with a 5-year max contract or right there, but Malcolm Brogdon is where it gets more interesting, Zach.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either 2 for 3 or 3 for 3, and the missing one in the 2 for 3 is Brogdon. And it's just going to depend on his market. The Bucks are going to have a walkaway number where it's just too high for them. The tax payments gets too high. Now, what I will say to that is, this is when you pay the tax. When you're a championship level team, you just opened a new arena, everything's going great. This is when you pay the tax. I know it hurts because the Supermax is coming, but that's part of owning an NBA team. If you think Brogdon, and if you think the difference between Brogdon and what you replace him with at the minimum,
right,
it hurts your championship odds you pay.
He's a restricted free.
Brogdon the same way. Like Brogdon, he need to be re-signed as well to keep the team solid so they can continue being on a championship level. Don't let them 2 players walk. It's not going to be the same. That'll take the less pressure off of Giannis. Re-sign them. They play well and show why they need new contracts. Don't let the 2 players walk. Other teams get them, they gonna be good for the other teams. Solid players for them. Like you have a legitimate 6-man, an all-star level in Chris Middleton, and you can't let the 2 players walk. Y'all on the verge of going to the finals. Keep that together.
Agent. $20 million plus offer sheet for him. I think it's realistic.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Kemba Walker, Charlotte Hornets. Boy, they are between a rock and a hard place. You either pay Kemba a lot of money and lock yourself into a team that isn't very good, or you let him walk and then it's pain time.
Zach, if they were not going to pay him, I think they knew the neighborhood it was going to take to keep him, and that was guaranteeing that 5th year on a deal, then why didn't you trade him at the deadline? That's what I don't understand if they were to just let him walk here.
Yeah, I mean, the noise has been all over the place, and all indications are, he came out and said he would take a little bit less than the Supermax. I don't think they were ever going to offer him.
It's actually it's a good play. I'm going to take less of something that they were never going to offer me anyway. So when you do it, it looks like you were benevolent, but it was a smart play by Kemba. He's still going to be a player who potentially is going to get nearly a $200 million deal in Charlotte. 170, 190. What's the number that Michael Jordan comes to?
We'll see, and I'm fascinated if that deal does come to pass. How are they getting under the tax? How many picks or assets or stretch provision waivers? What are they doing to get under the tax?
Like Kemba, he want to win. That money gonna be good if he resign if he want to. But Kemba one of the players he want to win. Like he want to put a team around him so he can win. Like he gonna want to take the money because it's good money, but he want to win. Like he want to be successful, have a successful team, get a championship, and
hold on. Al Horford opting out of his deal with Boston, telegraphing to the Celtics he has a place or places he would rather play. What is the latest on Mr. Al?
Well, it is a source of great intrigue among front offices all over the league.
You're not kidding.
Agents who are trying to figure out who really has cap space and whose cap space is phantom because they have Al Horford slotted in there. Al Horford is a smart player. He's got a smart agent, Jason Glushon. They are not walking away from Boston without knowing that there is something significant out there, and that significant deal is probably at 4 years, perhaps over $100 million. There was a limit where Danny Ainge and Boston wanted to go on Al Horford. They do value him greatly, but he's 33 years old. The idea of going for 4 years.
Smart play by Boston. It's the right play.
Right, and it's going to give Boston some salary cap space and flexibility. If they want to go after a Kemba Walker and Nikola Vucevic, they can do some things here in free agency too.
We'll see. I mean, if he wants a set-in-stone deal on June 30th, that would seem to rule out teams for Horford that need to make decisions on 3 or 4 different players, which would seem to rule out some of my favorite mystery teams. But that's for another day. The most mysterious big-name free agent on the market,
Al Horford. Even though he's 33, he deserves another long contract because he's a solid player. Boston might don't want to resign him, but they want him there though. They want him there, keep their team glued together. But you know, Al Horford, he's saying it's so much going on in Boston that he's not trying to be part of that. He just worried about winning a championship. That's what players want to do. They want to win a championship. When you got problems in your organization, you don't want to be around that. It's toxic. It's toxic. Like, you just don't want to be around it.
DeMarcus Cousins. What are we supposed to do with DeMarcus Cousins?
I believe almost anything you tell me. And you said it earlier, Zach. Is it if somebody 1 year, $20 million, mid-level exception, Golden State could bring him back. Was a 7% raise off his salary last year. I think he has shown people he can still be a very, very good player in this league. Can he stay healthy? Listen, there's a lot of cap space this summer. Teams are going to strike out on their first option.
Yeah, if he could stay healthy, they would give him that money. I think he can stay healthy. Like, he proved it that he still could play after that injury. After his second injury, he's still playing good when he came back. Teams gonna want to offer Cousins a contract to help their team win.
Second option, and I think one of those teams will be there to be a landing spot for DeMarcus Cousins. It's not going to come on day 1 or 2, I don't think.
Yeah, you could tell me. You could tell me any number.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app, and for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN Plus.